If you're a contractor, I'm going to give you the only lead generation strategy that you'll need in 2025. Okay, so first things first, there is a lot of noise and incorrect information in the lead generation space. If anyone tries to sell you anything other than local SEO, Google My Business, or local service ads for if you're a contractor, it's a scam. Not it's a scam, but they just don't know what they're talking about. In 2025, and most likely for the foreseeable future, the next 5 years at least, GMB, local SEO, and local service ads are everything you need when it comes to lead generation. Now, what do I mean when I say that? GMB is just say I'm searching this one that I'm involved in, Concrete Contractors of Atlanta. If someone's searching for Concrete Contractors, well, Concrete Contractors is a branded name. Let's do Concrete Contractors in Atlanta. This is your GMB. These are GMBs. If you are familiar with lead gen, you probably know what this is. If not, this might be new to you, but this is your GMB. This is everything when it comes to local lead gen. These are the people that are going to call you, message you, go to your website. This is everything. Depending on what the service is, the strategy might differ a little bit, but this is everything you'll need when it comes to it. Now, when it comes to building your GMB, optimizing your GMB, there's a bunch of different factors. At the end of the day, it comes down to your content on your GMB, which is, photos, services, and pretty much anything you would upload as the owner. 2, which might be number 1 in importance, it would be reviews. It's not always surely the number of reviews. As you can see here, there's a GMB with 6 reviews ranking over this with 600. Has to do with multiple other factors like your citations, strength of the URL it's pointed to. That's, in combined with your GMB is SEO. But reviews are highly important. If you don't have at least 10 reviews, you're putting yourself behind. And third, we just kind of talked about it, is local SEO in your citations. So local SEO is, if you see that this website here is pointed to a domain, it'd be the SEO for that domain. And citations have to do with data aggregators like Google Maps, Apple Maps, Yelp, Next. There's a whole, hundreds and hundreds of data aggregators, but you want all the information on those data aggregators to point to the same address, the same business, essentially to give Google the strongest signal that this is the company that's going to fulfill that search query. So that's pretty much the first phase of this local lead generation strategy. There's a lot of details and specifics and ways that you will need to do it properly. And I'll probably make a video on how to set up your GMB properly and how to run citations properly and do local SEO properly. But that's pretty much the gist of phase 1 of this process. Phase 2 is actually when they click on this link, you don't necessarily always want it to go to the homepage. If you have a homepage that's optimized on your website for leads, like it looks like this one is, it's fine to go to the homepage, but you can also run that traffic, especially if it's from, depending on the source. So that leads into kind of the second part of this is local service ads. So local service ads are actually these guys up here, the Google guaranteed, or if I search contractors in Atlanta, these are all the Google guaranteed local service ads. So when we say local service ads, this is what we're talking about. This is something that you pay to be up here. So you can kind of bypass the manually doing this SEO. And actually it's it's somewhat likely that, you'll see a lot of the same people, but it's somewhat likely that there'll be some of the same people up here but generally, if you get up here, you don't really need to run these ads anymore. Not necessarily, depending on your capacity. If you want even more lead flow, you can run these ads and be ranking very high for both, or you can open up a second GMB in a different part of the city. A few strategies there, but local service ads, they'll either send you a message or like give you a phone call, or you can click on their profile, which just takes you to their GMB. And from there, you can either go to their website or whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, wherever this traffic is coming from, particularly if it is from local service ads, you'll even definitely want to send them to a landing page if you're paying for the traffic. But either way, you want them to come to some sort of funnel. So this is one of my funnels that I send people to, depending on the traffic source. So they select what they're looking for. If this is all residential traffic, so say you're looking for a new driveway, it'll allow you to search for your address. Once you put in your address, next you want a free inspection, free site visit, basically, or online estimate, phone call. They can book in. Put all their information. It will even. I'm not going to do this because I don't feel like going to delete it, but it'll even send them to a Calendly link that they can book in themselves. So at the end of the day, you essentially want a way to capture the customer's information, and kind of categorize them. If they're just looking to, if they're kind of casually searching, you want a way to categorize that. If they don't really have a budget for what you're looking for, you want a way to categorize that. If they might be a customer down the line, or if they want a new driveway, if they're maybe a commercial client, whatever the case may be, you want a way to categorize that. And that's when this information will feed into my CRM. I personally use Go High Level for the CRM. It can really be anything, but at the end of the day, you essentially just want a way to track whether they have been contacted, whether they've been closed, what stage in the pipeline that they are. Here we actually have some automation set up with Go High Level. I think Go High Level is the best. It's not necessarily the prettiest CRM or the most capable, but for local service, I don't think there's much better. But so we have some automations, some text automations set up with the customer to follow up, booking of the appointments, a whole number of automations you can do and Go High Level. But at the end of the day, it's just mainly text and email automations, just to make sure that nobody in that funnel gets lost. And that's pretty much the whole funnel. You can, this information will have notes on, if they have been contacted, if you or if you have sales agents have contacted them, but they weren't ready to, close yet, then you can add notes about their appointment. That's pretty much it. Honestly, it's not too complex. At the end of the day, it really is about optimizing your GMB, pretty much, and your local SEO presence. Pretty much everything else is, just how to deal with the lead itself. And how to maximize conversion rates from that traffic. But at the end of the day, the number one thing is making sure you're getting traffic, making sure you're getting phone calls, making sure people actually know who you are. And the only way to do that, not the only way, but the most efficient and effective way for your money and your time, is optimizing this GMB, optimizing this website for both content and off-page SEO, and actually getting some phone calls. So this one strategy alone, it sounds pretty simple, and it is pretty simple. In practice, there are some complicated parts of the process, but overall it's pretty simple compared to a lot of other lead generation strategies. But this one strategy can blow businesses up. It can, there's business million and million and even $100 million businesses that are built entirely off of local service ads and Google My Business. So at the end of the day, that's probably all you ever need. depending on your niche and your service. But unless you choose to expand most services, this is all you'd ever need for lead generation. So yeah, I hope that helps. Hope it clears up some things. I've spent a lot of time wasting time and money, a lot of time and money on, lead generation strategies that it's not that they didn't work, like Facebook ads work. And I think Facebook ads have a place, but in a context of a local business, especially a newer local business, or let's say a sub-$1 million a year business, I don't think they have any business running Facebook ads. And I could have saved a lot of time just understanding that local SEO comes down to the GMB. So yeah, hope it helps.